Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. It is opening night, and it is the first game of a pile of games that we're going to embark on in the 2025 season, as it will be the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters traveling to Karazawa to play the Saitama Seibu Lions in the season opener tonight. All the teams will be in action tonight. Some of the games will get going now, some will get going in 15 minutes, and some will get going at the bottom of the hour. But we are going to be bringing you the game between the Fighters and the Lions. Well, first of all, I'll give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Hokkaido. Leading off and playing in left field is number 12, Kota Yozawa. Batting second and playing third base is number 21, Kataro Kiyomiya. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is number 99, Franmil Reyes. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 5, Yuki Nomura. Batting fifth and doing the catching is number 64, Yua Tamiya. Hitting in the sixth spot and playing in right field is number 66, Chusei Manami. Batting seventh and at second base is number 4, Daigo Kawakabata. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 43, Tatsuki Mizuno. Batting ninth in center field is number 50, Ryota Isobata. And they are going to be facing Tetsuya Imai, who takes to the hill. He gets the nod as the opening day starter for the Lions, as he has had himself a pretty decent spring, as have the Lions themselves. That's your starting lineup for the Fighters, and now your starting lineup for the Saitama Seibu Lions. Leading off in right field, wearing number 63, is Shinya Hasegawa. Batting second in center field is number 51, Manaya Nishikawa. Hitting third and playing first base tonight is number 26, Tyler Nevin. Batting in the cleanup spot and the designated hitter is number 40, Leandro Cedeno. Batting fifth in left field is number 8, Seiya Watanabe. Hitting in the sixth spot and playing third base is number 5, Shuta Tonosaki. Batting in the seventh spot and playing shortstop is number 6, Sosuke Genda. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 22, Yuta Koga. Batting ninth and at second base, wearing number 30, is Hio Moriyama. And they are going to be facing, it's going to be Shoma Kanamura, who takes to the hill tonight for the Fighters, and he will be getting the ball here to face the Lions. Well, that was your starting lineups, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Top of the first is just around the corner. As the lineup cards have been exchanged, we are ready to begin the 2025 NPB season here in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you for that introduction, Freddie. Hey guys, Steve coming back at you today, and every day is opening day on my channel. I open everything from hot sauce to beer to deviled eggs to cans of soup to ravioli to sport card packs like you wouldn't believe. I open blasters of stuff. I open regular boxes of stuff. Speaking of hot sauce, I open hot sauce, which is often gifted to me from the community. I have it all. I open up Star Wars by the tons, including the Family Guy Star Wars. I have a bunch of wrestling that I do open, and I do non-sport cards like crazy. As you can see, we have it all. I even open Marvel, tons and tons of Marvel cards. But you never know, on my channel, you just may have a little trouble with tribbles, too. Remember, opening day, every day. Thank you, Freddie. See you in Funny Pages, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch is about to be thrown by one of the guest Lions here tonight, or supporters, as that is the sign that we are just about to begin the ball game, as they have completed that. And the starting pitcher for the Lions, Tetsuya Imai, is about ready to take to the hill here to start his warm-up tosses. We're going to be back in about 30 seconds with all the action. We appreciate you guys for jumping in, whether you listen live or on delay. It is the NPB right here, season opener 2025 style. We'll be back in just a couple moments. You are listening to live NPB commentary with Last Raps Baseball. Be sure to check out our podcast, The Japan Baseball Report, either on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to join our Facebook group as well. It is NPB Japan Baseball Report. Stay up to date with all the other followers who are a fan of the Japanese game. Tetsuya Imai has taken to the hill as he's beginning his warm-up tosses. We're ready to get this one underway here in just a couple moments. It'll be Yozawa, Kiyomiya, and Reyes to get things going for the Fighters here in this one, as it is a full slate of games across the NPB tonight. The other games in the Pacific League, they'll start at the bottom of the hour. It'll be the Buffaloes hosting the Eagles. That goes off at the Kyocera Dome at 6:30 in Japan time. It is also going to be the Hawks hosting the Marines, also at 6:30. The other game in the NPB that gets going straight away, it'll be at the Mazda Stadium over in the Central League. The Tigers will take on the Carp. In 15 minutes' time, it'll be the Battle of Tokyo. The Swallows will be playing the Giants at the Tokyo Dome. At the bottom of the hour as well, at 6:30, it will be the Dragons at the Bay Stars. We'll keep you up to date on all of the action from around the NPB. Imai has completed his warm-up tosses. We are ready to get this one underway as Kode Yozawa is coming to the plate. He certainly wouldn't have been somebody that I would have expected to see in the lineup tonight, but that is who the manager Shinjo is going with. He is considered a duo player, is Yozawa, as he has listed both as a pitcher and as a player. So I'm intrigued to see how they're planning to use him in the 2025 campaign. Well, Imai is ready to go. Yuta Koga is behind the plate, and the umpire has signaled to play, and we are now underway. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It is a fastball at 95 miles an hour that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0 to Yozawa. Imai ready to go back to work again. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. The Fighters are in their blue tops with the white pants. The Lions are in their all-white uniforms at home here tonight. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the left side, giving chases Genda. He's got room. He's in fair territory, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Yozawa for the first out of the season. One up and one away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Kotaro Kiyomiya. Well, Kiyomiya coming off of a decent spring, as how were the entire Fighter Ball Club. They were in first place in the exhibition season, as they were in the top spot. As the right-hander, Imai ready to go here as he rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Kotaro Kiyomiya. So 1 ball and no strikes. Kiyomiya batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Imai. 25-year-old waggling the bat as the pitch comes in. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. This is the first opening day that Kiyomiya has had in a couple of seasons. He missed last year because of a knee injury, as he has been hurt on each of the last 2 opening days. So he is in the lineup tonight. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Late night baseball or early morning baseball, depending upon where you're at in the world. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As Imai delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm also interested to see what kind of leash that these managers have on their starters in this one here tonight. As the right-hander ready to go again, he rocks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses down and away, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We've seen some teams, they don't bat an eye in letting their pitchers roll out for 100-plus pitches at this time of the year. And I would have to think that both the Fighters and the Lions would consider doing similar with their starters. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Kiyomiya's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. First strikeout recorded by Imai. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter in Franmil Reyes. So the Franimal coming to bat here. As Reyes steps to the plate. Got himself a new contract in the offseason with the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. He enjoyed a 25-game hit streak last year, the longest by an international player, as the breaking ball misses down and away, and the count's 1-0 to grace the Fighters. Defensively tonight for the Lions, from left to right field, was Watanabe is in left, Nishikawa in center, Hasegawa is in right. Around the horn from first to third, it is Nevin at first. The second baseman is Moriyama, with the shortstop of Genda and the third baseman of Tonosaki, as Reyes swings through that fastball. The count's 1-1. And the battery, of course, is of Imai and Koga. So again, the right-hander works himself into the motion and delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped up the middle, fielded by Genda on the move. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. The first inning is in the books. A ground out 6-3. Reyes is gone, and the Fighters are gone in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Fighters, no score, and the Lions coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We appreciate you guys listening in, whether it is live or on delay, to the NPB on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. We are moving ourselves to the bottom of the first inning. Your score is 0-0. It is the Fighters and the Lions from the Balluna Dome in Tokorozawa. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for checking in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Our friend Jimmy Feltner says, "Go Lions." We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's the top of the order coming to bat here for the Lions, and the first pitch delivered to Shinya Hasegawa is swung on and lifted into deep center field, moving back onto the edge of the warning track, and hauling it in is Ryota Isibata. So with one pitch, there's one away here for the Lions in the first inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Manaya Nishikawa. So for Nishikawa, he strides to the plate and enjoyed himself a pretty good open series in the spring, as did the Lions. They were one of the top teams, just behind the Swallows and the Fighters, as the pitch on the way from Kanamura is a breaking ball that just misses for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Kanamura ready to deliver again, kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses again, and the count goes to 2-0. Neither team has had a base runner yet, as the Fighters went down in order 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. as there is a fastball that just misses, and the count goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Our friend Redbeard Brinks is also here. So between Jimmy and Redbeard, they've got it covered. Here's the 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 3-1 to Nishikawa. Not sure what to expect for tonight for the opening night. We would expect a late arriving crowd as the North American audience will wake up early. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes full to Nishikawa. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The American Tyler Nevin waits his turn on deck as the right-hander ready to go. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over and toward the foul line with plenty of room to make the catch is the left fielder Yozawa. That is going to retire Nishikawa for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the first baseman in Tyler Nevin. Well, for Nevin, it's his first foray into the NPB. He led all of the exhibition season in runs batted in. So he stands in to bat here to face the right-hander Kanamura as the righty kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Nevin batting from the right side here against the right-hander as he waggles the bat. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now is at 2-0 to Nevin. As we said, pretty good spring. And he's going to look to keep it going here in the regular season. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Another breaking ball that just misses upstairs. It's now gone to 3-0 on Nevin. Leandro Cedeno waiting his turn on deck. This is what they are kind of hinging themselves on, are the Lions. They need to get some production from their international players. They haven't had some in the last couple of years. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded down the third base line. A nice play on the backhand by the third baseman, Kiyomiya. He throws on one hop across the diamond, and Nevin's going to be retired on a ground out 5-3 to end the inning. And the Lions go in order here as well in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through one complete inning. It is the Lions no score and the Fighters no score. Stick around. The top of the second is just around the corner. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the order coming to bat for the Fighters here in inning number 2. Our friend God is Great is in the house. We welcome you. It'll be the first baseman Yuki Nomura to lead it off. It'll follow by Yua Tamiya and Chusei Manami, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here. As the right-hander Imai ready to go as he rocks into the windup and delivers. It's the first pitch breaking ball that misses down and away to Nomura. 1 ball and no strikes. As we mentioned, only this game and one other game currently underway, as it will be the Tigers and the Carp that are currently going, and it's already a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. So bad news for Jimmy and myself, as there is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes even at 1-1. In about 1 minute time, it'll be the Giants and the Swallows getting things going or reacquainted at the Tokyo Dome. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way here from Imai, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. And the other three games all get going in another 16 minutes' time. So lots of action here tonight on opening night in the NPB. 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Imai rocks himself into the windup. Here comes the pitch. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to short, fielded by Genda, who throws to first. And that is going to retire Nomura on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher in Yua Tamiya. Well, for Tamiya, he comes to bat here. Another product of, we said, the really good preseason by the Fighters. The Fighters were in the top spot. They are feeling pretty good about themselves entering into the season, but we also say that the Lions have to be feeling good about themselves as they had a pretty good record in the exhibition play. Now, exhibition doesn't mean a whole lot, but it is a good feeling for both of the teams to get themselves going as that fastball misses upstairs at 95, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Only 12 pitches in that first inning for Imai. As he rocks himself into the windup and delivers, there's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count runs even to 1-1 on Tamiya. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the right-hander rocking into the motion and delivering. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded fair down the left field line as that just hugged the line closely past the diving third baseman of Shuta Tonosaki. And cruising into second with a 1-out double is going to be Tamiya. And now they've got a runner in scoring position to the Fighters with 1 gone, and it's going to bring up the right fielder in Chusei Manami. Well, for Manami, we saw the Fighters play a few times in the spring. He had a couple of home runs in the exhibition series that the Fighters had when they were in Taiwan. But when we saw Manami play, the word I would use would be confused at the plate. He did not have a particularly great spring. And so he's got to get himself sorted out, at least from the neck up, with his approach at the plate and how he is going after the opposition pitchers. But Manami stepping in here, waiting on the first offering from Imai, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. That last pitch from Imai, it looked like he kind of dropped down and threw a little bit sidearm. Certainly low, very low 3/4. Have to keep our eye if he is going to change his slots a little bit as he delivers to the hitters. So 1 ball and no strikes. Imai rocks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. They do have the open base, and so on deck, it is Daigo Kamikawa Kabata. And I think if you're going to take your chances with somebody, you'd probably take your chances there. Manami can run into some baseballs. He is definitely a power threat here for the Fighters. Here comes the 2-0. As Imai checks the runner and now delivers. Breaking ball, taken for a called strike. Oh, I think Manami wanted that one back. Definitely buckled his knees. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Yuta Koga behind the plate. He does pretty good with the glove work for the Lions. That is for certain. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the right-hander again works himself to the set. Now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball. Another one taken for a called strike. And again, Manami buckling his knees. As I said, I think that he wants those pitches back based on what I can probably tell there. He's probably asking himself why he didn't swing at those. And this is sort of the same pattern that we saw in the spring. A little bit of confusion that Manami has exhibited. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Imai checks his sign from his catcher Koga. Now he works to the set. Here comes the 2-2. Kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses down. It's now 3-2 to Manami. Right about this time, this is where you would want, or at least I would want a pitcher to have a changeup of some variety. See if he could get the hitter out in front. Maybe even on that 2-2 pitch would have been a great time to be able to deliver a change piece. That's something we were talking about in some of the other streams. Changeup, not so much. Usually it's breaking ball, fork ball, fastball. There are some pitchers who throw changeups. There's no doubt about it. But as a whole, the reliance on the changeup is not necessarily as emphasized. A lot of teams in the NPB. Here comes the payoff pitch to Manami. As Mai delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is lofted into left field, coming hard and making the catch. And they're going to try to double off the runner at second as Tamiya heads straight off the base a little far, but the throw was a little bit offline. Manami is going to be retired for the second out of the inning on the fly ball to left. And Tamiya was able to scamper back to the bag safely. If that throw would have been on the money, it would have posed a difficult problem, as you can see that the runner maybe has strayed just a little too far off of the base. But that is going to bring up Daigo Kamikawa to the plate. And for Kamikawa, he gets the start at second base tonight, as he stands in here on the left side, ready to face the first offering from Imai. As Imai holds himself to the set position, here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires, breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Got a chance to see Imai pitch live last year. He's pretty impressive. He is probably a candidate to run you 7, possibly even 8 innings and a potential start, especially when he is on song. It looks like right now he is going to do himself some pretty good favors the way he's been getting ahead in the count here. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, 12 pitches in the first inning and 15 so far here in inning number 2. As Imai gets the sign from Koga. As he works himself into the set position, he checks the runner over at second. Here comes the 1-1. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats. That one was at 96 miles an hour on our radar gun. It is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kamikawa. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. We will have to take a look at the pitching matchups because we're going to base our decision on who we're going to call based on that. And once the starters for tomorrow night have been announced, then we will look to possibly be able to see what that would be entailing. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count now goes to 2-2. We were hoping, and we probably will do the game with Trevor Bauer, although they're calling for rain tomorrow in Yokohama. So fingers crossed on that. It'll be Takahiro Matsuba who he will face. So if Bauer is of the go, then we would probably look to do that. That will be 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern if you were in North America. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's now gone 3-2 to Kamikawa. Akiyoshi is going to go for the Giants tomorrow night against Yoshimura of the Swallows. Hiroki Takota goes for the Carp tomorrow, and he'll be facing off against Tamiya of the Tigers. Austin Voth will go for the Marines against Ozeki for the Hawks. And Aaron Curry makes his debut tomorrow night for the Buffaloes. There's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Kamikawa in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Fighters in the top of inning number 2. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're through 1.5 at the Balloonadome. Your score is the Lions 0 and the Fighters 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit. Appreciate you for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. I'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the order coming to bat here for the Lions. That means Leandro Cedeno, Seiya Watanabe, the third baseman, Shuta Tonosaki to begin inning number 2 against the Fighters. The right-hander who had started here for the Fighters, Kanamura, delivers a first pitch fastball that misses up and away to Cedeno. Cedeno, in his first season with the Lions, who had spent his first couple of years in the NPB with the Buffaloes, swings at a fastball and lifts that one. It's going to get over the netting, foul into the seats down the right field line. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. He and Tyler Nevin are going to have to try to get themselves make a good partnership of them, feeding off one another in the top part of the order. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, coming over underneath it with plenty of room. He had to come in quite a bit, was Yozawa, but he's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Cedeno for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up Seiya Watanabe to the plate. We didn't give you the defensive alignment for the Fighters in the first inning, as that was a pretty quick inning by the Lions. From left to right field, it is Yozawa in left. The center fielder tonight is Isobata, and in right field, you've got Manami. First pitch fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Watanabe. Around the horn for first to third, Nomura is at first, Kamikawa Kabata at second, Mizuno's the shortstop with Kiyomiya at third. And the battery is that of Kanamura and Tamiya. There's a fastball swung on, chopped over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Kiyomiya, who fires across the diamond. And Watanabe's out on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it up to the third baseman, Shuto Tonosaki. Well, for Tonosaki, a new position for him this year, as he has been pretty steady at the second base position over the last few years for the Lions. You're comparing the move a little bit to what the Chiba-Lotte Marines did to Shogo Nakamura, as they had moved him off of the second base position over to third. And the first pitch breaking ball is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tonosaki does have some pop in the stick, but he did have some steady decline in his numbers from the 2023 season to 2024. There was a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So it'd be interesting to see if he is able to rebound, if last year was just a bit of an anomaly, or if it is the early sign of decline here for Tonosaki. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the right-hander now kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-2 to Tonosaki. We'll be leaning toward the Bay Stars tomorrow night, as I mentioned. If that game, for some reason, would go awry, Trevor Bauer is to start that one. There's a fastball ticket for a called third strike. And Tonosaki's in the books. He's gone for out number 3. And the Lions go quietly and in order again here in inning number 2. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 2 complete innings. Your score is the Fighters no score and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We got a 0-0 ball game. We are moving ourselves to the top half of inning number 3, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters here in inning number 3. That means Mizuno, Isobata, and the top of the order, Yazawa, to face the right-hander Tatsuya Imai. Will begin his third inning of work. 31 pitches through the first 2 for the right-hander, as the first pitch is taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mizuno. Mizuno getting the start at shortstop tonight for the Fighters, batting from the left side. It's the right-handed slants Imai, who delivers a split-finger pitch that's waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Looking forward to calling a number of games this year in the NPB. We are always striving to call a pile. We did a bunch of exhibition games, and now the games are for real. As it is a fastball ticket for a called third strike. Oh, Mizuno, I don't know what he was looking at, but he definitely was looking at strike 3, as he is in the books. Gone for the first out of the inning. That's the third strikeout recorded by Imai here in this one. So 1 away here, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter in Ryota Isobata. So Isobata striding to the plate. Batting from the left side here. He's got his hands really wide apart. That's really, really strange. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kind of strange. He had his hands. It looked like he was wanting to square to bunt. They were well separated, probably a good solid 6-8 inches apart. And as Imai went into delivery, he's doing the same thing here again. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. It looks like he is late on the fastball. So no balls and 2 strikes, as the right-hander Imai getting his sign from his catcher Koga. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 1-2. One would have to think he is going to try to make quick work of the bottom part of the order. They don't want to set the table for the top part, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Isobata. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. That is a split finger pitch swung on and chopped foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander Imai works himself into the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This is lifted into left field. Coming hard and making the catch on the run is Watanabe. And that is going to retire Isobata for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. It'll bring up the top of the order in Kota Yazawa. Nice running catch there by the left fielder Watanabe. As Yazawa comes to the plate. Yazawa 0 for 1 tonight. He popped a short his first time up. This game here has skipped along pretty good. We haven't had many base runners, as it has only been the Fighters. There was a fastball swung on it. It is lofted into center field. Camping out underneath it with room to make the catch is the center fielder Nishikawa, and that is going to do it. As the Fighters go quietly here in their half of the third inning. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving ourselves to the last half of the third inning. Your score is the Fighters no score and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. This game's got some pace to it. We'll be back in just a few. Got a score line of 0-0. We'll be back just after this. It is the Fighters and the Lions on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Genda, Koga, and Moriyama to face the right-hander here. The third inning of work as the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that just misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Genda. Genda batting from the left side. He had missed some time in the exhibition play. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. He was surrounded by some controversy in the offseason, or at least during the Premier 12, word had got out that he had a girlfriend at the time, and there's a fastball swung on it, has popped up, and it is in shallow center field. Coming in is Isabata to make the catch, and that's going to retire Genda. It's okay to have a girlfriend. Problem is you're going to have to explain it to your wife why you have a girlfriend. And that was sort of the situation that Genda had found himself in, as he had been apparently reportedly taking his girlfriend to Taiwan for the Premier 12, but not necessarily his wife or his children or his child. They do have a young family, but the Lions did come out and say that it is a family matter, and they kind of left that alone, as he is the captain of the Lions. And so that brings to the plate Yuta Koga, as the first pitch to Koga is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. The Lions have had a history in the recent years of having a hard time keeping their stars, as there is a fastball swung on it as line foul down the right field line. The count now goes to 0-2, whether it be through domestic free agency, whether it be players going to the MLB, like Kikuchi and Akiyama. The domestic free agency would be different players over the years. And then, of course, you have a situation where they had Otake Yamakawa was jettisoned off and traded away because he had some issues as well off the field. Fastball misses outside, counts 1-2 now to Koga. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander leans in, gets the sign. Our Filipino friend is back in the house. There's a ground ball swung on, hit over to third, fielded on the glove side by Kiyomiya. He throws across the diamond, and that is going to retire Koga on a ground out 5-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. Yeah, our Filipino friend says hopefully the Lions this time around will be more competitive than last year, as it was a miserable season for them. And you're absolutely correct. I got a chance to see the Lions play 3 times last year. And that was at the time where they were turning around their season. But they were playing much more competitively. As this brings Moriyama to the plate, as the first pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Got a chance to see them. I think they won 2 out of the 3 games. They played the Fighters twice, and they played at Chiba. And having a chance to watch them get 2 victories in 3 chances was pretty impressive. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's hammered foul down the first base line, and the count goes even to 1-1. Redbeard says you need the Carp to come through and score some runs. That has been a problem for the Carp, scoring runs. And certainly tonight you are going to have to hope for that. Runs were at a premium in the exhibition season. They had the worst offense in all of the exhibition play as that breaking ball misses inside. 2-1 to Moriyama. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the left field line. Count now goes to 2-2. Even this game itself is going to need a run eventually. There'd be nothing worse to go into extra innings and have to do that on opening night here, like to see if we can get ourselves a winner in the early going. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. Fielded on the run by Mizuno. He throws to first, and Moriyama is in the books. It's a ground out, 6-3. He's retired for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Lions in inning number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete. Your score is the Lions 0 and the Fighters 0. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. As our friend in the chat, our Filipino friend in the chat, will keep us active with all the things that you guys might be interested and need to know. We'll be back after this.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 4th inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters. That means Kiyomiya, Reyes, and Nomura to face the right-hander Imai, who begins his 4th inning of work. It has been a very efficient 3 innings so far for the right-hander. I don't even know if he has had to break a sweat. Only 40 pitches so far through 3. The first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field, moving over underneath it with plenty of room to make the catch. As the center fielder Nishikawa, and with 1 pitch, there is 1 away here in inning number 4. That is going to bring up the designated hitter in Franmil Reyes. And for Reyes, well, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to short his first time up. Our Filipino friend says, I might be tired from the Mariners game earlier, but I wouldn't miss opening day for NPB as well. Absolutely. And now I think I'm in your boat. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on, grounded over to third. Tonosaki fields it. And with 2 pitches, there's 2 away here. That's a ground out 5-3. So the Lions are doing their part in throwing strikes, and the Fighters are doing their part as being able to ground into and fly into easy outs. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuki Nomura. Redbeard says his Cincinnati Reds need a closer, but he wouldn't miss this either. And we're glad to have both of you with us here tonight. Brings Nomura to the plate, who's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up, and he swings at a fastball and fouls that one away. Count is quickly 0-1. Seems to be a pattern here with the Fighters as they're going right after and attacking Imai, swinging at a lot of first pitches here. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball swung on. It is taken on 1 hop by the shortstop Genda. He throws the first, and that is going to do it. A 4-pitch inning. Ground out 6-3. Another one hardly breaking a sweat here for Imai. And that is going to do it here in inning number 4. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard as the Fighters go in order. And that is now 8 in a row retired by Imai. We'll be back in just a few. We are all locked up at donuts, 0-0, Fighters and Lions, as we move to the bottom half of inning number 4. We'll be right back in just a bit after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole. a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order to come to the bat for the Lions. Hasegawa, Nishikawa, and Nevin to face the right-hander Kanemaru, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hasegawa flew up to center field to begin the bottom half of the first. The only pitch that he saw, and he swings and chops that one foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Hasegawa and Nishikawa last year played a bulk of the outfield for the Lions. It was the third position that was a bit of a revolving door, as there's a fastball that swung on it, is lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is Isobata. He's there to make the catch. And so 2 times up, 2 times Hasegawa has flown out to center. He's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder in Minaya Nishikawa. So wonder if it's nerves, wonder if it's what it might be for the Lions. They certainly had themselves a decent weekend. Last weekend, they had beaten Trevor Bauer on Saturday as they had entertained the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nishikawa flew up to left field his first time up as he bats here against the righty Kanemaru, who delivers a breaking ball. It swung on it, is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And the Lions have their first hit of the ball game, and the first hit of the 2025 season goes to Minaya Nishikawa. So if you had him in your pool, you are a winner. So that is going to bring up the first baseman, Tyler Nevin. As Nevin will come to the plate, he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his first time up. Jimmy Feltner says, let's go. Yeah, definitely a base hit finally here for the Lions as they get the runner at first with 1 gone. The pitch to Nevin is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-1. As we mentioned, Nevin led the exhibition season for all players with RBIs. It was, I have to apologize, it's either 8 or 9 off the top of my head. I just know that he had led the Open Series as the RBI leader. There's a fastball that swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, and this ball is going to get down for a base hit. And that is going to bring the runner all the way around to third, and there's a play at third base. It's a bang-bang play, and they're going to rule him out. And they want to have a look at this one, do the Lions. They're going to want to ask for some help from the video assistant official. Tyler Nevin has himself a single, but they're saying it's going to be a 7-5 putout on Nishikawa. We're going to have to go upstairs and have a look. When they do that, we're going to have a look at it ourselves because we're going to keep a running total to see how our predictions are. I'm going to even make the note on it. We're going to get a look here. And, oh boy, that's going to be a tough one for me to call. I want to see that one again. It was definitely a bang-bang play over at third base. I have a feeling that the runner may have just beaten the throw. We got a different angle there, but we'll have to see what kind of angle that they might have. And they are going to rule him out. It is going to stand, the call. That is going to retire. And Nishikawa, that's going to be a putout. He's going to go in the books for the second out. It's going to be recorded 7-5 on the putout. He's in the book for number 2. It is Tyler Nevin who is at first base, and it's going to bring Leandro Cedeno to the plate. And for Cedeno, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has flown out to left field. It's been a busy night for the left fielder in Kota Yazawa. He's had a couple of fly balls that he has caught, and now he is on the board with the outfield assist. That would be the first outfield assist of the year for the Fighters. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses down to Cedeno, and the count is 1-0. Cedeno 0 for 1 tonight. He flew to left, his first and only time up. As we mentioned, the big fella going to get an opportunity here. He's going to DH, but we'll see him at first base, I'm sure, throughout the year. He played a pretty decent one bag for the Buffaloes last year when given the opportunity. As that fastball swung on and grounded foul, the count now goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. All of the games across the NPB are underway now. The other scores, Buffaloes have a 2-0 lead over the Eagles. That is in the bottom of the second inning. And the Bay Stars have jumped out to a 1-0 lead over the Dragons. That's in the bottom of the first. As that fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 1-2 to Cedeno. Straight back off the mask of the catcher, I should say, and then it ended up going even further all the way to the backstop. This game here is in the 4th inning. We're in the bottom half of inning number 4. It is the only game that has that far advanced so far, as there's a split finger pitch swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander getting his sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work is Kanamura. As he holds set, and now he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down. A good stop there by the catcher. Off to the races goes the runner, Nevin, to second base. A great read. We're going to see if they give it as a stolen base or if it is going to be an advancement on the wild pitch. Have to wait here, but Nevin gets himself into scoring position. Great read. Would have to think they may give that as a stolen base, although I'm not so sure about that. We'll see what the official scores have to say in a moment. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Cedeno. Now the runner is in scoring position. Lions are looking for first blood here if they can drive in a run. Base hit here should score Nevin. Anything that is a really, really hard hit might be a problem, but anything that might be soft or through the holes should get the run in. And there's a fastball swung on. This is hammered foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2 to Cedeno. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nevin retouches up at second base. Lions fans in full force tonight on opening night. Trying to get behind their team early here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball swung on. Ooh, he fouled that one straight back. You know, Cedeno's on time with the pitch when he's fouling balls right to the back of the backstop. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the 5th inning, it'll be Tamiya Manami and Kamikawa Kabata to come to bat for the Fighters. But meanwhile, we got the 2-2 pitch coming here to Cedeno. As he holds to the set position, here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Cedeno is in the books. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the Lions in their half of inning number 4. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we now move to the top half of inning number 5. It is the Lions nothing and the Fighters nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. We appreciate you guys for being here with us today, and I will talk to our Filipino friend when we come back right after this. Hang tight, everybody. We'll see you in a few.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the fifth inning here as Tetsuya Mai takes to the hill. 44 pitches through the first four for the right-hander, as he will be facing Tamiya Manami and Kamikawa Kabata here to begin the fifth inning. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tamiya tonight, he had the only hit so far for the Fighters, as he had a double his first time up. Takes a breaking ball outside, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Tamiya. So 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the right-hander getting his sign from his trusty catcher, Yuta Koga, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Tamiya. Tamiya batting from the left side here, the catcher of the Fighters, waiting on the offering here from Yamai, who rocks and delivers. Fastball that is swung on and missed. 94 on our gun. Count is 2-2 to Yamai. Jeremy Orr in the house tonight. Yeah, it is opening night in the NPB. We're glad you could be here, as there is a fastball swung on. This is lined past the glove of the second baseman, and it is all the offense has come from Ua Tamiya tonight. That is his second hit, and the second hit for the Fighters. Our Filipino friends is hoping the Hanshin Tigers would win on opening day as well. Definitely have a chance, even though they're winning. Fighters, or the Tigers, were beating the Carp 2-0 early on. The offense for the Carp, they are offensively challenged through the spring. Joe Mansman checking in with us as well. That's a little early for you, Joe, but we're glad to have you here. Opening day in the NPB. We're in the top of the fifth inning. It is 0-0 with the Fighters and the Lions. And there's a first pitch fastball taken by Manami for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Manami 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up. So no balls and 1 strike to the right fielder of the Fighters. Joe says he just woke up and he has to work in 4 hours. Well, I'm glad you can join us, Joe. Hopefully we can keep you awake, or maybe we can put you to sleep. I don't know. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-1 on Manami. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first, Tamiya. Nobody out here in inning number 5. We're locked at zeros. This game has had some pretty good tempo and pace. Both of the starting pitchers have filled up the zone with strikes, as Tamiya works himself to the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 1-2 on Manami. As we were talking about earlier, one of the things that with Manami, we said in the preseason, he looked like he was confused at the plate. Not seeing the ball well. You could tell even in the previous at bat where he was buckling his knees at some of the pitches, not feeling very comfortable at the plate. So here comes the 1-2 offering as Imai works himself set. And now he pitches. It's a fastball swung on and hammered foul down the right field line, and it's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Manami. That pitch there, I don't know if he intended to throw that pitch up around the letters, but Manami made no mistake on that one. It's just now he needed to straighten it out. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. We'll do it all over again. Runner at first, Tamiya. Nobody gone here in inning number 5. Just as a reminder, after the 5th inning, it is the Japanese halftime, as they will take a break as they throw over to first base. And diving back is Tamiya. For some of the people who come and listen to our channel, the one thing that this is always a bit of a hassle or a problem at this time is, maybe not a hassle or a problem, but something that we often see, and that is that a lot of runs can be scored in the 5th inning. This could change whether you have an over or an under. Right now it's 0-0, so has to be an under of some variety. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Manami waits here on the offering from Anai. And this is, Imai slows down quite a bit here in the stretch position. He'd retired 8 in a row before that single by Tamiya. And now the fighters are trying to string something together. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Manami as the right-hander holds set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball down. There goes the runner. The throw down to second, and it's in time. Yuta Koga putting on a clinic as he is able to gun down Tamiya. That's going to be caught stealing as he is in the books 2-6 for the first out of the inning. I'll have to get a check, but I do believe that last pitch was a ball, and it was a ball down to Manami. Nice job there by the second baseman Moriyama to apply the tag. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Manami. It is a split figure pitch, swung on. It is lifted into right field, moving over underneath it with plenty of room to make the catch. It is the right fielder Hasegawa, and that will retire Manami for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and it's going to leave it all up to Daigo Kamikawa Kabata. And for Kamikawa Kabata, as he strides to the plate, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. So batting from the left side is the diminutive second baseman, and the first pitch on the way here from Amai. Breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. So if you're around, join us. We are going to look to do the game with the Bay Stars. It'll be Trevor Bauer getting the start. As the pitch on the way as a fastball swung on his grounded foul just past the bag at first base. And the count now goes even to 1-1. We'll just have to double check and confirm the feed. I do believe we have a feed for that. Might have to change our setup here to accommodate that, but it'll be well worth it. Trevor Bauer getting the start in Japan, a bit of a comeback. 1-1 is a fastball that swung on. It's fouled off right into the catcher Koga. Now the count goes to 1-2. The fastball was of the split finger variety. It kind of fell off the table a little bit. Jimmy says the Buffaloes have scored. I think it was 2-0 last time I peeked in. I don't know if they've added a few more runs to the board, but we'll get that in a bit. There is a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Kamikawa Kabata. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Other scoring around the NPB, 2-0 for the Tigers over the Carp in the top of the 4th inning. They had scored early often. Now they have that lead. It is 1-0 for the Bay Stars over the Dragons. Those are the only scores that have more than zeros that aren't shutouts. You can only imagine. Can you imagine a 12-inning game going zip-zip? So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander Imai ready to deliver here to Kamikawa Kabata. He rocks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch, misses down in the dirt, and the count now goes to 3-2. Maya is yet to allow 2 runners to reach base in an inning. Both of the hits so far in this one belong to Yua Tamiya. A double in the second and a single in the 5th. I say both of the hits. It is not something that they do. Here comes a fastball. It is swung on. It is looped softly over to short. Moving over and leaping to make the catch is Genda, and that is going to do it as they're going to retire the side unconventionally 3 up, 3 down, and that will do it here in the top of the 5th inning for Imai. No runs, no hits. Sorry, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Coming to bat for the Lions, it'll be Watanabe, Tonosaki, and Genda. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in on this early morning Our friend Joe says Bauer should be back in the MLB, and it's hard to argue why he shouldn't be there. We'll be right back after this.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Welcome back, everybody. Seiya Watanabe leading off here. Took a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. And the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is 1-1. So far for the right-hander, 47 pitches for Kanemaru through the first 4 innings. As the right-hander delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is chopped through the 6-hole into left field. And that is going to be a base hit here for Watanabe as he's going to lead off the 5th inning. So he is aboard with a single, and that will be the right fielder, Shuta Tonosaki. Jeremy Orr says he seems like he's doing fine in Japan. Are you surprised? I think we're talking about Trevor Bauer, if that's the case. No, not really surprised. He is just kind of surprised that maybe he didn't get another opportunity in Major League Baseball, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Does he deserve one? Well, I don't know if maybe he's still on the first opportunity, I'd have to say. So here comes Tonosaki as he's already squaring the bunt, but they throw over to first base and getting back easily is Watanabe. Watanabe trying to push him into scoring position. Looks like they are thinking this could be a one-run game, and they might as well start executing now. Tonosaki stepping up to the plate as the right-hander Kanemaru ready to go. He squares the bunt, and he gets it down. It looks like it's a good one. It's going to be fielded by Kanemaru. He throws to first. It's going to go as a sacrifice. It's going to go 1-4 in the books. Out is Tonosaki. Advancing to second is Watanabe. That is going to bring up the shortstop in Sosuke Genda. Well, Genda comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He has flown to center. His only trip. Genda, who was a top-of-the-order batter last couple of seasons, finds himself in the 7th spot here in this rendition of the Lions batting order as he waits on the first offering, and it is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Outfield is in a little bit shallow, except in right field. The right fielder is well back deep. But everybody else is in a position where they may have to try to throw a runner out if they had to. Tonosaki gets the lead at second. And here comes the pitch to Genda as he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, and it is driven into deep right field. This ball back on the warning track as Manami makes the catch. Tagging at second and making his way to third is Tonosaki. Oh boy, they played that correctly. They had the right fielder Manami playing deep. That is the second out of the inning. Watanabe advances over to third, and it'll bring up the catcher in Yuta Koga will look to try to bring home the first run of the ball game for either team. And Koga had a pretty decent spring training. He hit north of 300 for the Lions. Not necessarily known for his bat, but any type of offensive production they can get from Koga would be a nice added bonus, as he's played fairly well defensively for the Lions, not just this evening, but also in the spring training games. Koga is 0 for 1 tonight. He had grounded to third his only trip to the plate. As there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So the question comes from our Filipino friend. What's your honest opinion on the Tigers playing the Dodgers and Cubs MLB tour? Well, tip your hat to them. They got some really good pitching. And we've got the pitching coach coming out to the mound here to have a word in the middle of the at-bat here. So this is an interesting scenario. It still balls 1 strike to Koga. That was a pretty quick pep talk. And that conference is over, so I'm sure they're probably discussing a few things. So back to the Hanshin Tigers a little bit. I really like the way that the Tigers played. And, of course, when you have 2 shutout ball games, good pitching always beats good hitting all day long. Tigers played good baseball for those 2 games. Then they come back to the NPB in the exhibition season and went back to being who the Hanshin Tigers were a bit, and that wasn't a great team in the exhibition season. And there is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-1 on Koga. So Monbetsu, the lefty, and Murakami, pretty good effort there by the Tigers. Not a bad 1-2 punch. Jimmy Feltner says, not surprised. He's a great player and athlete. There is a breaking ball that misses to Koga. The count now goes to 2-1. One thing that was noticeable about Trevor Bauer, as well as Kona Takahashi, the pitcher for the Lions, both players had lost weight in the offseason. I think they said Bauer had lost like 15 or 20 pounds. And so too did Tona Saki. Bauer was almost in his rookie weight. As there's a fastball swung on it, his pop foul behind home plate, and the count goes to 2-2 on Koga. So that in itself, I thought, was pretty interesting that Bauer had trimmed down, noticeably had trimmed down. Said he figures that he's in the best shape right now. Not sure why he had gained some weight, maybe just some strength and some size, but now he is going the other way, leaned out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Yeah, as Koga watches that breaking ball miss down and away, and the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third is Watanabe. 2 gone here in the 5th inning. The Lions are threatening, trying to put the first run of the board on here in inning number 5. So Kanemaru leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Tamiya. He works to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. Koga went fishing, and he caught nothing. He is gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it. And just as a reminder, it is going to be the Japanese halftime. Extended break here between the 5th and the 6th. That gives us a chance to refresh our beverage and go get a little snack. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. We are where we started through 5 innings. Your score is the Lions nothing and the Fighters nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to put the drums on the loop. We'll be back when we can in just a couple of moments. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 6th inning. And coming to bat for the Fighters will be Mizuno, Isobata, and Yazawa. As Imai is just completing his warm-up tosses and will be ready to get this one back underway. This is where the test will come in, at least in my opinion, is are we going to see the game slow down? It was an hour and 15 for the first 5 innings. That's a pretty good pace. Sometimes we're fortunate. Usually if it's anything under an hour and a half, you're doing pretty good. But when the relievers start coming in, the game starts to take a different twist and turn. But we'll see how the starters continue to fare here. Now, why do I just get the feeling it's going to be a 1-run ball game here at some point? But here comes the first offering from Imai as he delivers a fastball. It's swung on. It's grounded right to the first baseman, Nevin, who has to fall to his knees. He gets up and steps on the bag. It's going to be a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 away. It's going to bring up the center fielder in Ryota Isobata. Well, we can't say that they're not doing their part at swinging the bat here, as that has definitely been the case here. They are swinging the bat, putting the ball into play, and the defense is taking care of the pitchers. They are doing their jobs here as well. So here comes the offering from Imai. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Isobata. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander ready to go again. As now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Some more scoring across the NPB as the Hawks have taken an early 1-0 lead over the Marines, and is at the Pepe Dome in Fukuoka. And it is 2-0 now for the Bay Stars over the Dragons. That's in the top of the 3rd inning. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to second. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, Moriyama, who throws to first. And Isobata is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Koriyazawa. You got to wonder at some point here, too, when the managers are going to start to look to their benches. But as I say, I'm thinking a 1-run game, but I'm also thinking it could be a home run here to decide it. Either 1-0 or 2-1 at this point, the way this game is shaping up. So Yazawa at the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. He has popped to short and flown to center. And the first pitch he swings at and misses, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Very, very economical game here for Tetsuya Imai. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count now goes to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Going back to our Filipino friends' question about the Tigers playing against the MLB teams. There's a fastball swung on. This is sliced down the left field line, and it is going to be just foul. Oh boy, I want to get a look at that one again. It looked like it was almost had enough distance to get out of the park as well. But it is going to run the count to 1-2 here to Yazawa. I really like the way that the MLB went over and had a couple exhibition games. I'd like to see that again. I can see it happening maybe if they go up to either Sapporo or Hokkaido to play. As there's a fastball that misses down. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Yazawa didn't go. Our Filipino friend says he's still in awe with the Bay Stars having that Cinderella run last year. Yeah, they really caught fire. And you think about it, the Hiroshima Carp were a playoff team in mid-August, and they were absolutely tragic the rest of the way. They were unbelievably awful. As there's a fastball swung on, it is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder Hasegawa. He's there to make the catch, and that's going to do it as Yazawa is down for the 3rd out of the inning. And they go quietly again to the Fighters. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. I think somebody forgot to tell these teams it's opening day. They need a run. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back after this. And our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Thank you for that introduction, Freddie. Hey guys, Steve coming back at you today, and every day is opening day on my channel. I open everything from hot sauce to beer to deviled eggs to cans of soup to ravioli to sport card packs that you wouldn't believe. I open blasters of stuff. I open regular boxes of stuff. Speaking of hot sauce, I open hot sauce, which is often gifted to me from the community. I have it all. I open up Star Wars by the tons, including the Family Guy Star Wars. I have a bunch of wrestling that I do open, and I do non-sport cards like crazy. As you can see, we have it all. I even open Marvel, tons and tons of Marvel cards. But you never know, on my channel, you just may have a little trouble with tribbles, too. Remember, opening day, every day. Thank you, Freddie. See you in Funny Pages, guys.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat here for the Lions in inning number 6. That will mean Moriyama, Hasegawa, and Nishikawa to face the right-hander here of the Fighters in Kanamura, who has been pretty solid in his own right. 59 pitches through the 5 innings for the Fighters right-hander, who delivers a first pitch fastball that swung on. It's grounded softly to the right side, fielded neatly by the first baseman Nomura, who will step on the bag. And that is going to retire Moriyama on a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. We'll bring up the top of the order in Shinya Hasegawa. As we mentioned, as we keep an eye on that out-of-town scoreboard, we'll see how it all shapes up. The Carp were shut out a number of times in the exhibition season, and they find themselves down by a pair early to the Tigers. That first pitch fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. It was a 2-run homer in the first inning by Teraki Sato, as there is a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Sato had opened the scoring, and it has been pretty quiet ever since. As the pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Hasegawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Swallows have jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the Giants at the Tokyo Dome. That is a bit unexpected. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We mentioned at the earlier part of the stream is that the Swallows, or maybe I didn't mention the Swallows, they're out. Murakami, Yamada, and Shiomi. 3 big bats out of the lineup. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2. And so they do have Santana, they do have Osuna, and they do have Nakagawa still in the lineup. But you take out 3 big bats, that makes it a very daunting task. And I would have thought that Shoshi Togo would have given them all they can handle. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. The count is going to remain at 2-2 to Hasegawa. Manaya Nishikawa waiting his turn on deck as there's 1 gone and a 2-2 count here to Hasegawa. He'd flown both times out to center field. As the right-hander delivers, there is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to third, fielded by Kiyomiya. He has to hurry, and that is going to retire Hasegawa on a ground out 5-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning, and it's going to leave it all up to Manaya Nishikawa. So the quick pace of this game continues and moves really, really quickly. Our Filipino friend says he does want to see the exhibition games continue with the NPB teams in the future. I think it's a great thing. If I had to make a pick for next year, if Tomoyuki Sagano has a good year for the Orioles, I wouldn't bat an eye that the Orioles would go over next year. There's a breaking ball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nishikawa. And the teams that they would send over would be teams with Japanese players. I don't think Kenta Maeda would have an allure like he used to have. As that breaking ball is taken for a called strike. Count is 0-2. Certainly the Dodgers with their three-headed monster is something that the people would want to see. And then, of course, if the Dodgers went over, maybe they would go and play the Fighters at Escon Field. Split finger pitch swung on and fouled away right at home plate off of Nishikawa, and the count remains at 0-2. I could also see the potential for, again, the Cubs to go over again, but I think they may take both of the Cubs and the Dodgers may not necessarily go next year. And then you start looking at the other teams where players are playing. Could the Mets be an option with Senga? I guess it depends. Senga would have to pitch really well this year. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 1-2. I don't see the Tigers with Kenta Maeda making that journey across. Yusei Kikuchi with the Angels, same deal. I just don't see that as a glamour team. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into right field, and to get down for a base hit in front of Manami. It's going to be the second hit here for Nishikawa tonight, as he's got himself a single. So 4 hits for the Lions, and Nishikawa has half of them. With the other 2 coming to this man, Tyler Nevin, and the left fielder, Seiya Watanabe. So Nishikawa here, aboard with a 2-out single. Tyler Nevin coming to the plate. Let's see if Nevin can keep his hot streak alive from the exhibition season as he takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. So it looks like they did rule out a wild pitch back in the 3rd inning or 4th inning when we weren't sure if they gave him a stolen base or not, but he did advance on the wild pitch. So no stolen base according to the scores. They might take a look at it after the game to confirm, but one would have to think that that's probably the case. So runner at first with 2 gone as Nevin waits here on the offering from the right-hander, and he takes a fastball for a called strike. Count is 0-2. Karanuma, who has really pitched well here. Both of the pitchers of these starters tonight have been able to wiggle themselves out of any type of adversity as needed. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the right-hander works to the belt. And instead he fires over to first base. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Diving back safely was Nishikawa. Oh boy, that wasn't that particular bad. Looks like there is some action up in the Fighters bullpen. So I wonder how along the leash is here. We said that at the top of the stream. 73 pitches already for their right-hander, as there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. I have to say, I really enjoyed calling that Major League game earlier today. It was the Mariners and the Athletics. It was a lot of fun to be a part of that. As the right-hander holds to the set, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time easily is the runner. So throw was a little closer than I anticipated. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Nevin is awaiting here on the offering from the right-hander Kananura. And again, they throw to first base. Oh, and again, diving back safely. That was even closer for Nishikawa. Oh, boy. I'd almost want to see that on the replay again. I think the throw was just a little bit up Tag was a little bit high, as they would say. If the throw was a little closer to the bag, that might have ended it there for Manaya Nishikawa. He looks like he is ready to get off to the races here. And again, they throw over to first, and again diving back safely. Is the base runner Nishikawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander works to the set. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. The runner takes off to second base. The catcher, I really believe that Tamiya thought that would have been strike 3. He caught it, and then he stood up, and he didn't make the attempt. But that is a stolen base here for Nishikawa. It's going to run the count to 2-2 to Nevin. And a pretty good running jump. I don't know if maybe he couldn't get the ball out on the exchange. He just decided he was going to eat it, but that is a stolen base, the first one of the year for Nishikawa. As the right-hander Kanamura works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. They're going to have to throw to first to retire Nevin. It's going to be a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. And that is going to do it here as the Lions are gone in their half of the 6th inning. So 2/3 of the game in the book. And we're right back to where we started. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left the board. We are locked at zeros as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Glad you guys could be with us here tonight. Whether you listen live or on delay, we really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Hopefully we can get a few more bodies in here tomorrow night when we do the Friday night affair. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back in a few. Your score is 0-0 as we move to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back after this with all the action in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch delivered to Kotaro Kiyomiya has been deposited into the right field seats. A fastball on the inner half of the plate, and he has turned that one around, and we've got ourselves a 1-0 lead here for the Fighters. I was just about to say something has to give here, as this game here is hanging in the balance of 0-0, no real offense, and Kiyomiya just absolutely obliterates that pitch. Tetsuya Mai knew as soon as he threw it, that ball got out in a big-time hurry, and now it is 1-0. Our Filipino friend says he wouldn't be surprised if this went extra innings. Well, maybe not now, as it is now a 1-0 lead for Kiyomiya, where 1-0 lead for the Fighters, courtesy of Kiyomiya. And he hit it right into the section where the Fighters visiting fans are. So a souvenir to take back to Hokkaido. As that brings Franmil Reyes to the plate. And the first pitch to Reyes is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Very interesting here, the way that this game is playing out or shaping up. As there's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1 on Reyes. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander again, ready to rock and roll as he kicks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch missing down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. Reyes is a big fellow waiting here on the 2-1 offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 2-2. That one really just fell off the table. That last pitch there by Imai. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander kicks and deals, it's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Reyes. One nothing now. The Fighters have the lead, courtesy of the home run by Katara Kiyomiya. As Imai kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field past the glove of the second baseman, Moriyama. And it'll be a single. So back-to-back hits here by the Fighters. And they've got the home run with 1 on the board already, and now it's going to bring Yuki Nomura to the plate. So they didn't seem to have the pitcher unlocked here. But Imai gave up that first pitch home run right off the bat of Kiyomiya. He deposited that in the seats. And now they've got runner at first here. And that of Franmil Reyes. And Nomura striding to the plate. I wonder how far they would keep Reyes if he got into a scoring position, if they would consider running for him. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And our Filipino friends today also with the Swallows getting the lead here. It would be a nice start to the campaign. Yeah, they've got some issues over there, as there is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. They have, I believe, 4 arms out, and 3 of them are starters. So that is going to pose a bit of a problem for the Swallows. I guess the 45-year-old that they have over there, lefty, he's going to be starting. I want to say that's Ishikawa. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way, there is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up on the infield. Moving over underneath it is Tonosaki. He's there to make the catch, and he's going to haul that one in for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone. It'll bring up the catcher, Yua Tamiya. And if you want somebody with a hot bat, Tamiya is your guy. He has, of the 4 hits in the ballgame tonight, he has half of them. In fact, he had all the hits leading into this inning. So Tamiya striding to the plate here. 2 for 2. They can probably use him right about now on cue. So here we go again as the right-hander Imai holds to the set. And now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to first. They go over to second for 1, back to first, and it's going to be a double play. What a play there by Tyler Nevin. That's going to go in the books as a 3-6-3 double play, and that will do it here for the Fighters and their half of the inning. But they have a little bit of damage in the inning here as the solo shot to lead off the inning by Kataro Kiyomiya opens up the scoring. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom half of inning number 7. It is the Lions trailing the Fighters 1-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Opening day in the NPB. We'll be right back in a few. You are listening to live NPB commentary with Last Raps Baseball. Be sure to check out our podcast, The Japan Baseball Report, either on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to join our Facebook group as well. It is NPB Japan Baseball Report. Stay up to date with all the other followers who are a fan of the Japanese game. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the last half of the seventh inning. It'll be Leandro Cedeno, Seiya Watanabe, and Shuto Tanasaki to come to bat here to face the starter and right-hander in Shoma Kanamura, who is back out for his seventh inning of work, and he delivers a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Cedeno. Cedeno has flown to left and struck out in his two trips to the plate. And he grounds that one foul just past the bag at third base. And the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and two strikes to Leandro Cedeno. Cedeno really spreads out as he waits here on the offering. Two strikes here against him as Kanamura ready to go. Kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. This is lifted into left center field, racing over and making the catch. Really nice play there by the left fielder Yozawa as he took an inside route to the ball. That is going to retire Cedeno for the first out of the inning. So one up and one away. That'll bring up the left fielder in Seiya Watanabe. So Watanabe striding to the plate here. He is 1 for 2 in this one. He's got a single and two trips. More scoring in that game between the Swallows and the Giants. It's now 4-0 for the Swallows. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to get lined up the middle into center field for a base hit. And Watanabe has got his second hit of the night. So a single here, 2 for 3 for him. And that's going to bring Shuto Tanasaki to the dish. There's officially scoring all around the NPB now. So 4-0 Swallows have the lead over the Giants. 2-0 Bay Stars over the Dragons. It's still 2-0 for the Tigers over the Carp. 2-0 for the Buffaloes over the Eagles, and 1-0 for the Hawks over the Marines. Of course, our game here, it is 1-0 for the Fighters. So Watanabe gets his lead over at first base. And here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch. It misses down and away. Count is 1-0 to Tanasaki. Tanasaki struck out looking his first time up and had a sacrifice bunt the last time up. I wouldn't bat an eye that maybe they would consider bunting here too. We'll have to keep our eye on him, and they throw over to first base and getting back in time is the base runner at Watanabe. Fighters and Lions in the NPB season opener here. As Tanasaki is waiting here on the offering from the righty, and there's a fastball taken for a strike. There goes the runner. Throw down to second is in time. It's going to be caught stealing. Watanabe is going to be gone. What a throw by Tamiya. Caught stealing. 2-4 on the putout. He's gone for the second out. The pitch was a called strike to Tanasaki. And so that was pretty impressive. He throws on the outfield side of the bag. And they ended up nailing Watanabe by a good solid 2-3 feet. And here comes the offering now to Tanasaki. It's a fastball swung on, and it's taken on one hop by the third baseman. Thought he might have lined out to him, but he ended up throwing across the diamond to first. That goes as a ground out 5-3, and that will do it here for the Lions in their half of the seventh. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the top of the eighth inning, it is a 1-0 game for the Fighters. We'll have to adjust our score line for you, and we'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top of the 8th inning. Coming to bat for the Fighters will be Chusei Manami, Daigo Kamikawa, and Tatsuki Mizuno. That would be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. As the starter, Kanamura, has pitched really well here for the Fighters. The only blemish in the ball game was the solo shot allowed by Tetsuya Mai. Will come on out for his 8th inning of work. So Mai ready to face Manami. 82 pitches for the right-hander through 7. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. Manami tonight has flown to left and flown to right. He has not looked good in his at-bats. When we saw them play the Swallows last weekend, he didn't look very good at the plate there either. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Chusei Manami. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, but it'll be the Bay Stars and the Dragons who we will target to call tomorrow. Trevor Bauer will go for the Bay Stars in that one. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander ready to deliver. As he kicks and fires, there's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. Count now goes to 3-1. I would think that that's probably the best matchup tomorrow, is watching Bauer pitch against the Dragons. Takahiro Matsuba is going to go for the Dragons in that one. As the pitch on the way as a fastball swung on it is popped up into left field. Shallow left field. Moving back underneath it is the shortstop Genda, and he's calling everybody off, and he's going to be there to make the catch. That is going to retire Manami for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Daigo Kamikawa. For Kamikawa, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out, and he has popped to short his 2 trips. So 0 for 2 to start the campaign. As the right-hander, am I ready to deliver? 87 pitches now for the right-hander. Not only is he your best starter, he might be your best closer together too. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. The Lions lost Albert Abreu, who signed an off-season minor league deal with the Reds. And they have used Trey Wingenter a little bit. There is a fastball swung on at his line just past the glove of the second baseman, Motoyama. And that is going to be a 1-out single here for Kamikawa. It's his first hit of the season, and I'll bring up the shortstop in Tatsuki Mizuno. So Mizuno coming to bat here with 1 gone and a runner at first. As Daigo Kamikawa ready to get his lead over at first base. Up in front of the dugout and throwing is the right-hander Kanamura, and it looks like he is going to be coming back into the ball game for his 8th inning as well. So here we go, back to the live action as Imai side slings the ball over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Kamikawa. He can run a little bit. He's not particularly the most blessed with top-notch speed. So here comes the 0-1 pitch as Imai holds set. Delivers. It's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Comes quickly 0-1 to Mizuno. So no balls and 1 strike. It is the top of the 8th inning. Fighters are enjoying a 1-0 lead. They have a runner at first with 1 gone. It's getting to the point where the Lions are starting to run out of outs. They're going to have to come up with something in the next couple innings. Here comes the 0-1 pitch as Amai works himself set. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on, chopped slowly down the first base line. Nevin fields it. He's going to apply the tag to the runner. It's going to advance Kabata over to second. It's going to be a ground out to 3 to retire Mizuno for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Ryota Isabata. Well, for Isabata tonight, he is 0 for 2. Although we have to take a quick peek here to confirm. It is still Isabata in the game. He's flown to left and grounded to second in his 2 trips. One nothing. The Fighters enjoying the lead here as the Fighters are batting in their half of the 8th inning. As the right-hander Imai works himself into the set position. He checks the runner at second. And squaring to bunt and dropping it down the third baseline. It's a good one. They're going to have to hurry. And they're going to get the runner at first base. Oh, Isabata, he can motor. And right out of the dugout, the manager Shinjo says he wants to have a look. So stay with us here, as we're going to see if indeed they were able to make the play. Got to give your hats off to Tonosaki. He came in, fielded it, and fired it. Let's see what the replay is going to tell us. Oh boy, I think it's going to tell us that this call is going to get reversed. I think he's going to be safe. We get another look at the replay. And I do think he is safe, although that was a really close play. Hard angle to see. That might be the best angle to look at. Oh, on that angle, it looks like they got him. And it could be the right call by the home plate umpire. Too close to call. Not so sure. I think that we've seen multiple replays now, and it is up with the right hand. And what a play there by Tonosaki. Ground out 5-3 to end the inning. That is going to be out number 3, and that will do it here for the Fighters in their half of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Fighters 1, the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. It is 1-0 Fighters over the Lions. I'll be right back after this. One nothing is the scoreline. We'll be back in just a few. It is Fighters and Lions when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It's 7-8-9 to come to bat for the Lions, and the first pitch to Genda is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Genda, Koga, and Motoyama to face the right-hander here. Genda, who is 0 for 2 tonight, swings and hits a line drive that is caught by the second baseman, Kamikawa Kabata. Oh, boy. He had to crawl the ladder, and he was able to pull that one down. That was a heck of a grab. If you're on Instagram after the game tonight, Go check out the Pacific League highlights as that second baseman had to leap up and he absolutely hauled that ball in. Nice play there by Kawakawa Kabata to retire Genda for the first out of the inning. He's going to bring up the catcher in Yuta Koga. Well, for Koga, he is 0 for 2 in this one. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Koga has grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. 0 for 2 officially. Five hits tonight by the Lions. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs, the count goes to 1-1. As both teams are enjoying 5 hits in this one here, the only difference is the one hit has left the ballpark, as that pitch is a fastball swung on and hammered foul over on the third base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Koga here. It's been a masterful pitching performance this far by Kanamura, who has been absolutely electric. Pitch on the way, fastball misses up and away. The count goes to 2-2. I wouldn't have thought he would have got the opening day nod. I would have given it to Ito myself, but what do we know here? Manager Shinjo has something up his sleeve, I'm sure. As the 2-2 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher. Kanamura had lost it in his feet, had to pick it up and fired first. Ground out 1-2-3 as the putout. That's the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up. The second baseman, Hayamoriyama. They do have action in the bullpen for the Fighters. They both have a right-hander and a left-hander up and throwing. We'll see if he's able to get through this. It looks like we got a pinch hitter coming to the plate. It is going to be Takeya Nakamura, the pinch hitter, as he'll come in to hit for Motoyama. They did say that Nakamura was going to get some pinch hit and DH appearances this year. There's a breaking ball that is waved at him as the count is 0-1. I would have to think that when Cedeno is playing in the infield, Nakamura will be holding down that DH post. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes even at 1-1. So a ball and a strike to Takeya Nakamura. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball that just misses outside. I'm not so sure about that one. That looked pretty good. That's what you get when you are approaching 40 years old, or in that 40-year-old range. I think you might have crossed the line there, did Nakamura last year. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. Count now runs even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. More scoring on the out-of-town scoreboard. 5-0 now. The Swallows lead the Giants. Unbelievable. Fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to full on Nakamura. It is now a 6-1 lead for the Marines over the Hawks. Right now, if we were making our picks in this one here, our picks tonight, we are 2-4. We took all the home teams in the opening night tonight, but that is not coming to fruition. And there is a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. Boy, oh boy. I got to tell you, Nakamura gets himself a walk. He's aboard. The catcher, Tamiya, he was on his way to the dugout. I probably was on my way to the dugout too, and they're going to have a conference on the mound. Nakamura there. I say leave him in there. He's going to be facing Shinya Hasegawa. The pitching coach is on the phone to the bullpen. And Nakamura has done his job. We are going to get a pinch runner for him over at first base. And we'll take a look to see who they are employing here. As number 62, this is Takezawa. So he is in the pinch run. As the first pitch on the way as a fastball swung on, it is popped up down the left field line, but it's going to drift into the netting. And the count is quickly 0-1 here to Shinya Hasegawa. Hasegawa has not had any success tonight against the Fighters right-hander. He has flown out to center twice and grounded to third. So no balls and one strike. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted into shallow left field. Coming in underneath it with plenty of room and space is Yazawa, and he's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Hasegawa. He's going to be gone for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the eighth. There was no runs. There was no hits. There was no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the ninth inning. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the ninth inning. We're getting back into the saddle ourselves. It is Tetsuya Mai who is coming back out for his ninth inning of work. He's going to be facing the top of the order. It'll be Yazawa, Kiyomiya, and Reyes. 1-0 Fighters have the lead on a solo shot by Kitaro Kiyomiya. As the first pitch from Amai on the way is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 92 pitches through the 8 innings for the right-hander. Yazawa 0 for 3 tonight. He has popped to short, flown to center, and flown to right. And he swings at a fastball and chops that one foul on the first base side of home plate. The count is even at 1-1 to Yazawa. If you're just joining us, we are here in the top of the ninth inning. It is 1-0, courtesy of a solo shot off the bat of Kitaro Kiyomiya. As Yazawa waits here on the 1-1, here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted into left center field. Moving over underneath it is Watanabe. He's there to make the catch. That is going to retire Yazawa for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and here comes the man of the hour. It was the first pitch that he saw in inning number 7, as Kiyomiya led off the inning with a solo shot. And that is where we stand here, 1-0 for the Fighters. So he is waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Imai, who kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. He went with that same passion, trying to be able to drive that ball into the seats. But he is in the hole here at 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Kiyomiya. Ball had a lot of movement to it. It looked like it was maybe a two-seam from Imai, a fastball nonetheless. Now the right-hander ready to deliver again. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the inside corner that just misses. Count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. We are in the top of the ninth inning. And the pitch on the way is a split finger pitch that misses down in the dirt. Count is now 2-2 strikes. So 2-2 strikes to Kiyomiya. Am I looking to try to finish what he started? If he is able to go 9 innings here and only give up the 1 run, he'd have pitched a masterpiece himself. But the other fellow was just a little bit better. There's a fastball swung on, driven into deep left center field, giving chase and making a catch onto the warning track is the center fielder Nishikawa. That's going to retire Kiyomiya for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. It'll leave it all up to the designated hitter and Franmil Reyes. I have to tell you, I was looking at the stat line on Nishikawa. He's been busy in center field tonight, as he has been able to come in with or haul in 4 catches. So that brings Reyes to the plate, who is 1 for 3 tonight. As a single in 3 trips, does the big man. As Imai delivers a first pitch fastball that misses outside, the count is 1-0. Looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Lions, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat. There is some power there with Nevin and Cedeno. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Reyes. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not sure where the games went awry in the Japanese league here tonight, as the 1-1 is ready to go. But certainly it was definitely interesting. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run for Franmil Reyes, and that has doubled the score line to 2-0. So Reyes deposits that one into the left field seats. He opens up his account with his first home run of the year. A 2-out shot here in the top of the 9th inning has now made the score line 2-0. That is going to leave it up to Yuki Nomura. So for Nomura coming to the plate, he is 0 for 3. He has popped to third. He's grounded to short twice. I thought that might have been a joke the other night against, the Bay Stars, but it looks like he has got himself a very interesting celebration. There's a fastball that misses down as it's ball 1 to Nomura. So 1 ball and no strikes. Two nothing lead here as there's a fastball swung on it, is nubbed off the end of the bat. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, who flips it over to first. That is Gazawa, who is going to end the inning here as Nomura is gone. Ground out 4-3 for the 3rd out. But they doubled their lead on the home run by Franmil Reyes. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. Your score is the Fighters 2 and the Lions. No score. Stick around, everybody. The bottom of the 9th, just around the corner. Be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The bottom of the ninth is coming up here. It's a 2-0 lead for the Fighters. It'll be Nishikawa, Nevin, and Cedeno. You face the right-hander here, who's enjoying a 2-run lead. They need a base runner, do the Lions. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field, so ask and you shall receive. As Nishikawa's got himself a single. That is going to bring up the first baseman in Tyler Nevin. So that is what the doctor ordered, a base hit single here to lead off the inning. And it brings Nevin to the plate, who is 1 for 3 in this one. By the way, that's the third hit tonight for Nishikawa. So he has half the Lions' hits. Nevin coming to the plate. He has grounded out. He has singled. And he has struck out in his 3 trips. He takes a first pitch breaking ball outside for a ball. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. That was the 100th pitch delivered here from the right-hander Kanamura. As Nevin waits here on the offering from the righty, here comes the pitch. As he kicks and fires, there's a breaking ball swung on. It's lined over to the third baseman, who makes a great catch, does Kiyomiya, and he fires across the diamond. Oh, Nevin couldn't hit the ball any harder. But he hit it right to the glove of the third baseman for the first out of the inning. And Nishikawa had to scamper back to the base. Absolute bullet. But right to the glove of the third baseman, Kiyomiya. That's going to bring up the designated hitter in Leandro Cedeno. Cedeno has flown to left twice and has struck out in his 3 trips to the plate. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the right-hander kicks and fires, there's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. Marines now lead the Hawks 7-1 at the PayPay Dome. That's in the top of the 7th inning. We made our picks. We took home teams in every single one of the games. As there's a fastball swung on, it is popped up down the right field line, giving chase, but it's going to drift into the right field corner. It was the right fielder, Chusei Manami. That's going to run the count now. Or it's going to run the count now to 1-2 on Cedeno. Seiya Watanabe waits his turn on deck. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As the right-hander works himself to the belt, here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third. They go to second for 1, back to first. It's going to be an inning-ending and a game-ending double play. It's going to go in the books as a 5-4-3 variety. And that is going to do it here as the Fighters are going to hang on to win today by the final score of 2-0. Hang tight, everybody. We had no runs in the inning. We had a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for being with us here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt Hollis. And your final score here tonight as the Lions open up their season with a loss. 2-0 the final as the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters had taken this one from the Lions here tonight at the Bellino Dome. The scoring recap is pretty easy. It was Katara Kiyomiya leading off the 7th inning for the Fighters with a solo shot on the first pitch that he saw. He put the Fighters up 1-0. And Franmil Reyes doubled the lead in the 9th with 2 out. He hit a solo shot into left center field to double the scoreline to make it 2-0. And that was all the scoring you needed in this one here tonight. Taking a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard before we sign off. All the other games are still underway. It is a 5-0 lead in the top of the 7th inning at the Tokyo Dome for the Swallows over the Giants. Yokohama has a 4-0 lead over the Dragons. That's in the bottom of inning number 6. It is 2-0 for the Tigers over the Carp. Carp have been offensively starved this year. Both the runs were off courtesy of the home run by Teruki Sato. 2-0 is the score in the 7th inning for the Buffaloes over the Eagles. As we mentioned a couple moments ago, 7-1 for the Marines over the Hawks. Maybe the only game that's truly a blowout, although that Swallow game is starting to stretch it out as well. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you guys for jumping in to listen tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's great to have you guys around. We will wrap it up. We'll set up our schedule for tomorrow. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. So hopefully you guys can join us for all the action then. Once again, your final score is the Fighters 2, the Lions no score. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow.